Good morning, Blue Valley West. I'm Jolie Brown, and welcome to your first Jagged Edge show of the year. We would normally be coming to you live from our studio, but much like the past year and a half, things didn't go exactly according to plan. So in the words of our former principal, Dr. Potts, we are showing some grit and rolling with it. This year, we're wanting to bring you a lot more content. Slightly different from last year, we'll be very active on our social media accounts and our website. Today, we begin our show by celebrating some performances from the Performing Arts Department. If the technology worked in your classroom, or if you saw it in person, you may have seen it already. But just in case you missed it, here's a little recap.
The Performing Arts Department Fall Showcase is back. This is a massive event because it is the only one where everyone is together performing in the same place. The Fall Showcase is especially important for our choir because it is the first of the limited big showcases they do.
The Performing Arts Showcase for choir is most important because it's the first thing that we do all together. So there's that sense of us being a family and the togetherness aspect, that the very first thing everyone does is something where we're completely unified as a big group. This is just fun and usually has a lot of energy, and I think it's a really great way to kick off the school year and get some excitement and momentum for everything we have after that.
Performing arts students love the Fall Showcase because it is a special opportunity to perform with their peers in other departments.
Choir is like one big family, so whenever I'm with the underclassmen and everyone, it just feels like we're all together, and it's just kind of like one of those family moments. I especially love how it's not very formal, it's very casual, and it's really fun, and we do lots of fun pieces, so it's just one of those things that we all love to do and we all love to do together as a family.
It is an extremely eventful showcase with non-stop action. The Fall Showcase is an important tradition at West because it truly reflects our strong family values.
It really was an amazing show. I always love being reminded how talented our Jaguar family really is. It was a great way to relax after a long homecoming week. Don't get me wrong, I love homecoming, but I think that we're all still exhausted from that week. Even though it can be tiring, it's still the best time of the year. Here's a little 2-minute recap to try to relive some of the best memories from the week.
It brings us all together. It's just really cool to see everyone buying into West, and I think that's what makes it so special.
We're not afraid of, being judged. I think everybody loves each other.
The carnival is unlike any event we have here at West.
The vibe during Spirit Week's the best. This whole school has some sort of electricity to it that it's kind of in the air. Everyone's so ready, building up for the football game on Friday, for King and Queen on Friday and Saturday, for the dance. Everyone's dressing up, everyone's hype, everyone's spirit. It's so cool. It's the best time to be around West.
The assembly is the kickoff to the best weekend of the year. The best part of the assembly is definitely seeing the people in court because everyone loves getting to see and cheer for their friends.
Football game is the benchmark of homecoming.
The homecoming student section truly hits different. Homecoming week is definitely the happiest week of the year.
We start to realize that the closer we get to graduation, the more we kind of realize this is a special experience. High school is something that you're only going to live once. And so when we throw something special like Spirit Week, I think a lot of kids, they just start to realize this is special and this is something I kind of want to enjoy.
The Cornerstone excellence really shined through last week. Everyone got so into Spirit Week, the assembly was great, and we had an amazing win on Friday, and the dance was unforgettable. Speaking of cornerstones, my personal favorite is family, and it is ever evolving each and every year as students graduate and teachers come and go. We would like to welcome some new and not so entirely new family members to West, starting with the new administrators. Let's get to know a little bit more about our Jaguar family.
This year at West, we welcome 2 new administrators to our building, our new principal, Mrs. Bonema, and our new athletic director, Mr. Zimmerman. Today, we head to their offices to ask them what they think of West.
You know, one of the things about West is that there are traditions, that they're well established, and that the students have ownership over those. I think in other buildings, some of the traditions are led by the adults. And at this building, it's that they're led by students. They're created by students, they're facilitated, they're perpetuated all by students. And so I think being a part of that, being able to help students facilitate their ideas, I'm excited. Every time we sing the alma mater after an event, I get goosebumps. And so I love that that's a tradition in this building. I love that school assemblies are such a big tradition.
Mrs. Bonema is a Blue Valley graduate who got her college degree at Central College in Iowa. After working at West, Northwest, and the district offices, she's landed here as our principal. You could find her in the main office. Mr. Zimmerman offered his thoughts on the culture at West as well.
Well, I think since the time I got here at West, a couple things that really stand out, and one of them is just meeting people. The people here, not only the students, but the staff, people around the area that we live in, have been outstanding and been very nice and just great people. Second thing, more specific to our school here, is I think the first couple of football games with the crowd and the atmosphere. I just mentioned that earlier today, that I have not been around a high school sporting event with that much enthusiasm and excitement as I have the first couple of games we've had here at West.
Mr. Zimmerman spent the majority of his life in Nebraska, eventually receiving his master's degree from the University of Nebraska-Carnegie. He's worked in 9 different districts in his career, though he's happy to have landed here at West. You can find him in the athletic office. If you see Mrs. Bonema or Mr. Zimmerman in the hall, make sure you greet them and continue to give them a warm welcome at West. This is Jake Barton for Jagged Edge.
Make sure to stop by the office and say hi to your newest West family members. Which reminds me, we also have 3 new counseling staff members this year. Let's meet them right now.
It's going really, really well. I feel like the staff is very welcoming. I was taken aback by the number of schedules that you all have. I knew about the block scheduling, but then you got like the all block schedule, and then the all block plus assembly, and then like whatever other ones. I didn't even know that JAG was a thing. I have a podcast on Apple. It's called The Grief Journal. It's basically, it teaches people it teaches people about my grief experience and how to work through their own. I'm on Apple and I'm on Google Podcasts too, and I think that's really cool.
I'm loving it so far. It's a great community. Everyone feels like family. I'm coming from Blue Valley Northwest last year, so I feel like, again, the school spirit is it's more intense here. And I like to help students find their thing that they like to learn about, what they can be excited about for the future.
I like it a lot. It's really fun to be with high school students. If any of the counselors call students up, to check on them, I would want the students to know immediately that this is a check-in, a support system where we want to help. I really like adventure. So adventures and going to different places, and that's just something that I love. I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to be here working with students and glad to have the opportunity, and everyone's been really supportive.
We really do have the most amazing family. The students here are truly some of the best people I've ever met. Our school is all about taking pride in what we do and what we believe in. So let's take a look at a club full of some of the best people in our family.
Hi, my name is Cooper Holmes. I'm the president of the GSA here at BVW. So our GSA at school is the Genders and Sexualities Alliance. It's a safe space for LGBTQ+ members, straight members, questioning members of our school to come and have fun and be comfortable in a space where kids can collaborate and talk and just feel comfortable in their own skin. During club meetings, we have weekly presentations, discussions. We sometimes do games, we do Kahoots. And then outside of school, we've done different activities. We go on picnics sometimes at parks. We've gone roller skating, so we do different fun activities like that.
My favorite part of the club so far has been a sense of community among LGBTQ+ students and allies. It's something that I felt was kind of lacking before we started this organization, but now that we have it, it's great to see the positive benefits of it.
I would say to anyone who wants to join the club, please do. There are lots of members. It's not super awkward. Everyone gets along really well. There's always someone to talk to, and we have wonderful sponsors. We have Mrs. Medelsky and Mr. Youthy as our sponsors, and they help out a lot with us, and it's just a very comfortable, welcoming, and fun environment to be in.
Join the GSA!
This is one of the many clubs that are offered here at West. Continue to keep an eye out for many club meeting posters that are all around the walls and doorways around the building. Also, please stay tuned to our social media and future shows as we will be featuring many other clubs over the course of the year. We are all about athletics and activities at our school, which is one of the reasons why we are so excited about the new football stadium we've received this year. Let's take a look at our very own brand new football stadium in our house.
Hi there, and welcome to the new football stadium at Blue Valley West.
We're Jagged Edge, and we're going to be giving you a tour of it. This is the PA announcer's room, where he can do things like this. Follow me. The press box gives a lot of different people a lot of really cool things to do with the game. For example, the BVW coaches, or even the media crews. Now, they get a pretty amazing view from up here. A view a little bit like this.
Thank you so much for joining me for our very first show this year, and expect many more shows from me and Jagged Edge in the upcoming months. Also, don't forget to follow us on our social medias for updates, stories, and more. Again, I'm Jolie Brown, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, Jags.